news. The World Cup is well and truly heating up today, and we'll keep you up to date on all the games. Cameroon and Serbia has finished 3-3 in a Group G fixture at the Al Wakra Stadium. Alexander Mitrovic thought he'd surely won Serbia the game after he scored to put them 3-1 up, but goals from Vincent Abubakar and Eric Maxip Choupo-Moting in quick succession meant that the points were shared. This leaves the second spot in Group G wide open going into the last round of games. South Korea versus Ghana is 30 minutes underway, and Southampton centre-back Mohamed Salisu has put Ghana in front from close range. VAR had a lengthy look at the goal as the ball appeared to hit Andre Ayew on the hand, but the goal was eventually given. Both sides needed a win as South Africa only managed to draw their first game 0-0 against Uruguay, while Ghana were on the losing end of a 3-2 thriller against Portugal. Wolves forward Hwang Hee-chan is not in the side due to a hamstring injury which kept him on the sidelines against Uruguay. Odds-on favourites Brazil will take on Switzerland in a crucial clash at 4 p.m. With the top spot up for grabs, the teams will look to gain the advantage and book their place in the last 16. The South American Giants will be without talisman Neymar after he suffered an ankle injury in their match against Serbia. Moving on to the England camp, our correspondent Neil Richards has more.
Well, thank you, Ed. Yes, England have regressed after their 0-0 draw against the United States. Remember, England were going in as clear favourites against the US after their thumping of Iran on match day 1. Fans and pundits alike have questioned Gareth Southgate's substitutions in the game against the US for not bringing on creative players like Phil Foden. Marcus Rashford has more.
Yeah, I think everyone's ready, and raring to go. Training's been good for the lads that haven't been getting as many minutes. But I feel like for this squad, it's never really been an issue, especially since Gareth's been managing. Maybe before it was a little bit of an issue in terms of quality of training and people's dedication to training. But since he's been manager of England, it's been good.
So let us hope that England provide a much more inspiring performance versus neighbours Wales, who are themselves languishing at the bottom of the table. Moving on to Belgium, all is not rosy in their garden. Kevin De Bruyne has exchanged a war of words with defender Jan Vertonghen following their loss to Morocco. Beforehand, De Bruyne insisted that the Red Devils had their best chance of winning the World Cup in 2018. Following the 2-0 defeat, Vertonghen responded by saying that the team was too old in attack. On to club football now. QPR manager Mick Beale has controversially left to join Scottish side Rangers. Beale previously turned down the job at Wolves, citing integrity and being all in. Pundits such as Simon Jordan has stated their disdain for the U-turn. Bournemouth have appointed Gary O'Neill as head coach on a permanent basis. The 39-year-old has steadied the ship during his spell as interim manager since the end of August. New investment is on the way for the Cherries, but they have decided to stick with O'Neill after a stalled approach for Marcelo Bielsa. Rugby Football Union Chief Executive Bill Sweeney has said he is really disappointed with England's autumn campaign. This followed England's 27-13 loss against South Africa, which rounded up England's worst calendar year since 2008. Manager Eddie Jones explains where his side needs to improve.
And we just weren't consistent enough in those, in particularly aerial contests, and we weren't consistent enough in the set piece contest today to put ourselves in a good position. So we've got to keep working.
Southampton women's brilliant run of form came to a stop yesterday. While facing Reading in the League Cup, the Saints were dominated and lost the game 3-0. This loss came after they were undefeated in their previous 5 games. They've now lost both games in the Cup and will look to bounce back against London City Lionesses in the league. Midfielder Alice Griffiths talk of the importance of facing a Super League team.
Obviously a tough afternoon. How important is it for you to test yourself against WSL opposition?
Yeah, it was a tough day today. I think obviously we wanted something out of the game, but it is always good for us to test ourselves against better players. We want to be at that level ourselves, so we know where we've got to get to and we know we need to be better.
In terms of the rest of the season, what's the goals for the group?
We're just picking up points, keep trying to get results. You know, it didn't go our way today. It didn't go our way today, but we've got the league to focus on as well. Obviously, London City is a big game coming up, so yeah, we're focusing on getting 3 points there.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Staying with local sport now, Solent Boccia played in the Super League for the first time at the weekend. They won 3 out of 3 matches, giving them a perfect start to the season. With more as player for the side, James Klaus.
Before today, it was really getting into the Super League, like having been at the National League last year, getting into the Super League. And
the English T20 League, the 100, gets an offer of £400 million for 75% of stake in the tournament. The Bridgepoint Group, a London-listed buyout firm, has made the offer to the board. The counties are the stakeholders, so they could receive between £8 and £10 million each as dividends if the offer is accepted. The board is still open for more investment and the decision is yet to be made. Canada have defied the odds and created history in tennis. They are the Davis Cup champions for the first time in 109 years, beating Australia 2-0 in the best-of-3 format in Malaga, thanks to singles from Denis Shapovalov and Felix Auger-Aliassime. In the showbiz world, Lioness Jill Scott won I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, and let's just hope that that isn't the only win for England before Christmas. Breaking news now, Ghana have just gone 2-0 up against South Korea, with Mohamed Kudus of Ajax getting the goal. That's all for now this morning, with more to follow at 4:30. Goodbye.